everybody. I am super excited to talk to you today because I wanted to bring a client case study to you. Say hi, Britt.
Hi.
So this is my client, Brittany Smith. She just got married. I'm super excited to tell her story. You guys hear me tell stories all the time. I talk about clients' rapid results. I talk about massive success fast. You see me talking about clients who have 100K months and all kinds of things. And I wanted to do a series about possibility with my clients who have been in sales school, the clients who are in sales school, which sales school is a program that I don't talk about that much. It's the entry level program to work with me is sales school. And so I want to bring you some sales school superstars who are just killing it using the 100K month blueprint, using the strategies that I teach to use basically social media, live streaming, and messenger to make a crap ton of sales. So Britt's here today. We're going to tell her story. As you can see, it is from $500 clients to $5,000 clients. And can I tell you that I see this so freaking often? I see so many brilliant, badass business women, entrepreneurs, businessmen who start their own businesses and they really truly believe that in the beginning they need to charge nothing or teeny weeny bit of money in order to get clients. And what absolutely happens is the opposite thing is the truth. Typically, when you charge teeny bits of money, and Brittany's going to tell her story in a little bit, you're struggling to try to find clients who are willing to pay you that $500. And then magically something happens when you decide to own your worth and your value. You start charging $5,000 and you're like, whoa, where did all these clients come from? And they're so willing to pay and they're willing to pay in full. So before we jump into Brittany's story, which I think you're going to be very inspired by, oh, look at that. Disraeli's on here. I'm going to say hi to Brittany's husband.
Hi, husband.
So sweet. Go ahead and introduce yourself. So tell everybody who you are, what you do in the world, what are you up to?
Hi, everybody. I am Brittany Smith, and I am an author. I'm a book coach, and I'm an editor. So I coach creatives through the creative process of writing their heart story. So I specialize in not just telling any story, but the story that you have been dying to get out for years and years and years. And that is my beautiful gift to the world.
Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it. So we're going to talk about your story. I wanted to ask you, we talked about this a little bit before we started. Like, how did you come across me? How did you first hear about who I am? Because I don't even know this. I don't think I ever asked you.
No, it was random. It was really, really random. I don't even know how you became friends and like in my friend list. I think maybe I added you. I had to add you. And so it was last year, and I know that I saw you posting about your client success. You're like, this client did this. And I'm like, who is this lady with all these clients making money? And then you did, I think it was the cash machine challenge. Mm-hmm. And so I saw you posting about it, and I said, I don't know what this is, but it looks like something that I want to do because I have a business. And so I did the challenge, and it completely I got so many referrals. I booked calls, and I was like, okay, whoever this lady is, she knows what she's talking about. And then I just went down the rabbit hole with you.
Okay. So, oops, I just hit something I wasn't supposed to. So you found me. What is that challenge called? The Cash Creation Challenge. That's what it's called. Yeah, the Cash Creation Challenge. So that's how you found me. That's super dope. I love doing that challenge because people do book sales calls and make money. All right. So that was for me, guys. That wasn't for anybody else. That was just for me. So I want to ask you, where were you before you came across me? Before you decided to invest in the program, what were some of the challenges you were experiencing? What was going on in your business that you felt like you needed help with?
I was struggling to, first of all, get clients. Like, I'm not even gonna, we'll talk about the amount that they were paying, but I was struggling in general to get clients. Like, I didn't know how to be consistent with my business. And part of the reason was I didn't know what I was doing. Like, it was more so, well, okay, maybe I should post this, or maybe I should post that, or I should find this random advertising thing. And then the pandemic happened, and it was like, what am I going to do now? And so I was really I had just moved back from China, and I knew I wasn't going to get another job because I wanted to work my business, but I had no idea how to do it to get people to show up. So I was really just out here just looking crazy and struggling. Every day. I will wake up, stare at the computer like, don't know what I'm doing today.
That's so funny. So tell me this. Let's talk about this, right? You said you were struggling to get clients. I know that when you came to me, I think $500 was like your max. Maybe, did you have $1,000 thing?
It was barely 1,000, but I was offering discounts because I thought that was what would get clients. I wasn't even charging that.
So when you think about that, what do you think, what was your thought process at the time and when it came to get clients? Like you just said, I thought giving discounts was going to get me clients, because I really believe that there are many people that are watching this who have similar thought patterns. And my desire is to actually give them just a different vantage point. And I want to talk about where you were and what you were thinking when it came to charging the 500, giving the discounts on the 500. I don't know. Were you begging people to work with you? Were you like, I'll work with you for free? I see all kinds of stuff. So
just sign up.
And what was the goal? So like you were like, okay, just sign up. I'll work with you free. What was in your head? What was the kind of business you were trying to build?
The crazy part is, because I work for people for free, I was literally trying to replace the income that I was making as a teacher in China, which it wasn't even $30,000 a year. And so I didn't realize that I would need 5 billion clients just to replace that income. But in my head, I was like, I got to get these clients because I have to replace this income.
See, I love that you just said that, because you said, I didn't even realize I needed, you said 5 billion, but that math is a little bit off. That you needed a lot of clients to do it. And I feel like one of the most important things that most people don't do when they are figuring out like what to charge, how they're going to build their business, is figure out the numbers. Like what really makes sense. Can you really get 150 clients in the next month at $97 a month, or whatever the case, whatever it is that you're doing? And so I think you got a really big reality check. Like you're not going to be able to get there
at all
from here. Yeah.
No, at all.
So what do you think was the turning point for you? Like realizing, okay, I can't get there from discounts and $500 or $97 a month programs, which, by the way, Brittany just told you that she helps people write books. How long was your program? Was it a 6-month program at the time?
It was 6 months.
So she was doing a 6-month program for $500 on a payment plan. You ain't got to raise your hand. If you can't say, oh man, amen, say, oh me. I don't need to know if it's you. But you got to know the numbers. She was doing a payment plan for $500 for 6 months of support, helping people to write their books.
All the support.
They could call her. She can edit. She could write. It was insane. My mouth was open on the call with her when she was telling me all of this. I was like, you do what?
You work for free. Okay, I got it.
So tell me what the turning point was for you. Like when did you realize you had more value, and what was the thing that made you go, you know what? It's time for me to raise my rates.
When I was in the Cash Creation Challenge and you were talking about the numbers, because I never looked at the numbers. I'm not a numbers person, so I just do the work. And you're like, you guys, you can increase your prices. And I thought about it. And so even then, I itemized everything and said, if I was really charging based on what I was doing, it's so much more than this. And then I realized, girl, what are you doing? You're not making no money. Nobody's coming, and you're going to be working forever. You're never going to replace any income because you're charging $500. And
yes,
people are even paying you.
I love it. So the thing I love the most that you just said was that when you tallied up everything that you were doing for people, you realized that it was worth even more than the $5,000.
Yeah.
that you wanted to charge. And I think, I want to encourage those of you who are watching who know that you are grossly undercharging to start there, right? Start with awareness of the numbers and actually write out everything that you do. And if they were to go, like Brittany was doing editing and she was doing, I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. If they were to go get each one of those pieces from somewhere else, what would they have to invest? That's a great place to really look at anchoring in the value. And that doesn't even include results, right? We haven't even gotten to results yet. Like for me, what I know is the results I help my clients to create, I'm teaching them how to fish. Once they learn what I teach them, they don't unlearn it. It follows them and it's a part of every dollar, every dime they make moving forward in their business. And so there is this ripple effect and there's millions of dollars tied to this. Now, they're not going to pay me $1 million to work with me, but when I have that knowing and understanding, I'm able to charge accordingly. So let's talk about the first client who paid you $5,000.
Well, I was very surprised that somebody would actually pay me $5,000 to coach them on how to write a book. It was kind of like, I was super surprised. And then I was like, that seemed too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do this again? Because I remember sending you a message practically in tears, like, can I do this again? And you're like, what? Of course.
Yeah. You needed a chance to celebrate before wondering if it was possible for you to do it again.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, if you did it once. If there's one buyer,
like it was a fluke. They really, really wanted to do this. They got money. They're like, no,
oh my gosh. You just said the magic word. People are like, where are the people with money? And it's not really about people like them having a surplus of money. Right. It's about them understanding the value. It's finding your ideal client, right? It's finding the clients who know the value of what you do. And it's intrinsic. There's an intrinsic value to them. They want to invest for the result that they desire to have. That's the thing. It's not about this magic, elusive place where all the people with money throw money at other people who are asking for money.
Right.
It's about finding the right clients. And one of the ways that we've been able to do that, which I want to share with you guys, is literally by talking to these ideal clients and talking to their heartbeats and talking to how they see themselves in the world and getting them to raise their hands and saying, you know what, you get me, you see me, I hear you, and I need what you have to offer. So I want to talk about that. Speaking of raising your hands. Because Brittany and I just had a conversation a couple of days ago. Now, Brittany started in sales school. She then, did you come through? You just went straight to NLA, right?
From sales school.
Okay. So Brittany went from sales school to the mastermind, which is Next Level Authority. But we were having this conversation inside the mastermind, and Brittany was asking me a question for support. And the question was this. She said, because I think this is super important, guys, to talk about, because there's this thing called success amnesia that I think a lot of brilliant people have. So just like she was asking, can I do this again? Success amnesia, we don't recognize the success we've already had, but two, we forget that we even had it. So Brittany's like, I'm trying to figure out if I should do this thing or how I need to repost this one singular post. It was like a 2-sentence post that she posted. And she's like, I don't know what I need to change in order to get it to work. So I'm like, okay, let me see how I can support her. So I go in and I ask a simple question. Did you get clients from it? Were you able to generate leads? And I think she said something like 22 leads, a handful of sales calls, and 2 clients. And I'm like, behind my desk, I'm reading a post. I'm bawling, laughing. Like I have tears in my eyes. I'm laughing so hard. I'm like, if this is not the biggest case of success amnesia I've ever seen, she wants to know how she can rewrite this post to get results. I'm like, you got 2 sales. So Britt, I'm gonna let you take the story from there because I think something recently just happened that we want to share.
So I'll tell you what recently happened. I reposted it and got another sale today. But the reason why I was asking was because it was too easy. It was too easy. And in my brain says in order to have success or in order for something to be really good, it has to be super complicated. And all I did was make a post and people raised their hands. And then I talked to a few people and got 2 sales. And I was like, no, I got to do something different because it cannot be this simple. It just can't be. So I didn't repost it for months because I was convinced, no, it's not as easy. So I'm going to ask Shameca, what can I do to make it better? And she's like, nothing, just repost it. And I was like, okay. And even when I was reposting it, a part of my brain wanted to change something in it. And I'm like, no, exactly as it is. And we'll see what happens. And then it worked again.
Oh, shit, I forgot to put my glasses on. Put my glasses on. There we go.
Red.
So here's what's funny about that to me. I love it, but I want everyone to say this, Brittany, you too. It gets to be easy.
It gets to be easy.
It gets to tell me to do that. It gets to be easy. We are so used to this paradigm that hard work equals success. And I'm not saying we don't put work in, right? We do put our work and our time in, but if it comes too easy, actually the paradigm that I want to shift is it's a get rich quick scheme. That's ingrained in most of us. If it happened too fast, it's too good to be true. Something's wrong. Somebody's doing something illegal. And what I want to invite everyone to just kind of look at is, what if it's just a strategy? If you put a strategy in place and the right systems in place that do the heavy lifting for you, the success that you're seeking absolutely gets to be easy. And so I want to do something really quick. And then Britt, I'm going to invite you to share whatever you want to share. So let me just do this really quick. I want to invite you guys to something because Brittany's talking about this post that she did that helps her get these clients, because I teach my clients super stupid, simple strategies that allow them to get these ideal clients who are willing to invest in the transformation that they're seeking to raise their hands. And I'm going to be teaching this strategy. Let me put this up on the screen during my 100K month blueprint crash course. I'm doing this for free. I don't know how much longer I'm going to offer this free because there is a lot of value inside of it, but here's how you can get access to it. Okay. If you want to join me in learning the 100K month blueprint and learning what Brittany's talking about that allowed her to go from charging $500 to $5,000 and finding clients who are willing to pay her that with ease, with some flow, with some grace, instead of being stressed out trying to convince people to buy from her, what you want to do is type in the comments 100K blueprint, just like it's written. It's coming across the screen. 100K blueprint is what you want to type, and I will give you, somebody from myself or someone from my team will reach out to you and give you the information for how to get access to the secret location where we are holding the training. And so the other thing I want to share is this is the same thing I use in my business. So I look at people looking at me trying to figure out, like, how do you do what you do with the kind of numbers that they see coming up? You know, I don't have millions of people watching my live streams. I don't have hundreds of thousands of views. I don't even have thousands of views on some of my live streams. I have a very small list, but have a very engaged community. And it's because I'm talking to the people who really, the way that I speak is like a dog whistle to a particular person. And that's what I want to share with you, is how can you be the most impactful and create massive results? So the strategies I'm going to teach you, we used to bring in millions of dollars in sales just in the last 12 months. It's the strategy that I used to fill a live event that I did that brought in over $800,000 of sales and helped me have $1 million month last November. That's what I want to share with you. Okay. So there it is at the bottom of the screen, what is 100K blueprint. Brittany's like, do it. 100K blueprint. 100K blueprint, and then we will reach out to you and give you the information that you need to get to the secret location. So I'm going to pull this down. And Britt, I want to ask you another question because I really want you to share like your heart with people. You know where you were last year when we connected, right? And so what would you say to somebody who's like you, who is bridging, you know, leaving a job that they had and trying to replace their income? I hear that all the time. I'm trying to replace the income from my job or the job that I used to have. And I really want to start this business for myself because you know you can do it, right? But you're out here trying to figure it out on your own. So what would you say to someone who's in a similar situation as you?
I would say show up for yourself. Show up for yourself. That was my biggest thing, because if something didn't work, I was very quick to say, not doing it no more, it's taking too long, or it's not getting me the results that I think I should have. And when I stopped looking at that, and you tell us all the time to look at the facts of what is happening in your business and not the feelings. And when I started to really be consistent with showing up for myself, then I was able to that's when changes started to happen. Like, it was an internal thing. And so I just felt like if I never would have made the decision to take the leap to say, this person has a solution to a problem that I'm really having, because they're talking about getting clients and I don't have any, I'm the only person standing in my way of getting the results. When I got out of my own way, then I was able to make the transition or make the transformation. And so if you're like me, get out of your own way. You don't need anybody to convince you to sign up for the program, for the challenge. Do it, because if you do it the way you're supposed to do it, follow directions.
Follow directions. What do you think is the biggest result that you didn't even think would come from this journey that you've been on for the past few months?
It's my entire mindset. Like, I didn't even realize that mindset was a problem. It was a thing in business. I just thought it was money, money, money. So if I didn't see money, I was like, nothing is happening. But I remember when things started to change for me, when I think about where I was mentally, I used to say, well, if this doesn't work, then next year, in the middle of next year, I'll get a job, or I'll get a job. And so my sister and my husband kept saying, you have a job, like you have your own business. And I just kept telling myself, no, I have to get a job if this doesn't work. And I also, I mean, we're having a baby now, but even before I was pregnant, I wanted to say, I want my kids to be proud of me. I don't want them to say, oh, it's just a hobby that my mom does. And when my mind changed, I have a job. Like, even if I don't make a sale every single day, I still have a job. This is what I get to do every single day. It's such a gift. And there is no, oh, I'm going to go get a job and work for somebody else. Like, I had to embody, this is your job.
I love that. I love it. 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 I was going to ask you another question, because I talk about rapid success. And you were just saying, if I don't do this, I'm going to go get a job. And I think sometimes when we don't see what we want to see with our eyes fast enough, too many people give up too soon. Like, they're right on the threshold. And a big lesson for me last year came when, you know, I was having this goal of making sure my company was doing $100,000 in new revenue every single month. So we're doing 100K months. And I think September came and we ended up doing a $60,000 month, or maybe it was $47,000 is what it was. And I was like, oh, shoot. But then fast forward September, we went to October. We did $160,000 that month. And then November was $1 million month for me. And the lesson that I learned was this, that your expansion, your growth, your getting to your next level is not always visible to the naked eye. And I feel like you have been a textbook example of that, because right now your expansion is like, boom, you know, it's rapid, but you actually been on this journey for a few months now. And so can you just speak to that? What that's like for you? And then And again, something else you want to share to someone who may be feeling like they're in a similar place.
For me, it was I used to feel like I didn't belong in your community. Like I thought I was the exception. I was like, I don't know how she signed me up, but I do not belong here. This is not for me. And when I started to wrap my head around, no, you belong here. You're supposed to do this type of work. You can charge what other people charge. Like, you're an expert at what you do. You don't have to play in like the little league field. Like, you know what you're doing. And the biggest thing that shifted that I would say really, really, really shifted my mindset. And I feel like it'll help somebody that is on the fence with me, like me. One day you told us on one of our calls, it's just a decision. You just have to own whatever you decide to do. You have to take responsibility for that decision. And at that moment, I remember getting off the call and deciding whatever I was deciding. I think the next day I was like, I'm going to show up. I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. And even the decision of I'm going to charge more and I'm going to make money, it was just a decision. And when I just embodied, these are decisions that I'm making every single day, that was when things started to happen. And every day I get up and I say, well, this is what we're doing today. And we're making money today. We're making money this week. I'm talking to people this week. I'm going live this week. I might make 1 or 2 posts this week, but they're all just decisions. And even years ago, I've had people like, they're praying for me and they kept telling me, you're on the fence. So apparently it's a common thing. Like, be on the fence. But when I decided to get off the fence and get on the side that I wanted to be on, even if it was still at the fence, the fact that I made that decision changed the game for me.
I love it. I'm a fan of the power of decision. I want to do 2 things before we wrap up. One, I want to make sure I'm going to ask you if you have one last thing you want to say to everybody once we get to the end. But the first thing I want to do, actually, let me do this first. The first thing I want to do is I want to give everybody one more opportunity to join us for this next masterclass that's coming up. Again, I don't know how long I'm going to do this without charging. So if you want to join us for the masterclass, and you want to learn these strategies that I teach my clients that are helping them turn their annual income into their monthly income, that help Brittany go from struggling to find clients to pay her $500 to finding clients simply and easily who are willing to pay her thousands of dollars to work with her. You want to type 100K blueprint in the comment section, and then my team and I will reach out to you and give you the secret location where we're going to be holding this training. So I'm going to let that circle around as we're doing this. The next thing I want to do is something super duper important, because I feel like this chick doesn't celebrate enough. And so we are going to celebrate Brittany's success, because she low-key tries. I saw the post that you posted with the little cake thing that you try to do. I was like, yeah, I celebrate with you, but we need to do something a little bit bigger than that. So if you guys can help me in the comment section, just celebrate Brittany's success and how she's grown. How she has been growing and growing and growing. I'm super proud of you. I'm so excited to see what's next for you. And I want to give you an opportunity, just any last words that you want to share before we wrap this up.
I'm very grateful for you. And I always feel like how I came to you, it wasn't just a coincidence. I didn't just stumble upon you. Like, you were divinely placed on my page for me to see it. And I think that whoever is watching this video and they're thinking about working with you, or they're thinking about doing the challenge, if you're watching this video, it's not because it randomly popped up. And it's just answer the call. Answer the call. For my own life, you asked earlier, where would I be if I had not worked with you? If I would not have answered that call, I would still be struggling and looking at my computer, wondering, how am I going to get people to pay me money? And it's just answer the call. Don't look at it and say, it doesn't apply to me. I can do it on my own. Trust me. It's a lot easier if you answer the call. Don't
Thank
be
you for
like
sharing.
me and make it hard.
So awesome. So listen, guys, Brittany, I just want to acknowledge where you are, and I know that there's more that you want to do, but we're going to celebrate every freaking step of the way because it's a big freaking deal, and you're a big freaking deal. If you're watching this and you want to join us for the Blueprint class, the information for how to get access to it is scrolling below this video. And I'm going to be coming back a couple of days a week over the next month or so, just sharing more clients from my sales school program, because I don't talk about sales school that often. And I feel like there's a lot of people who could really benefit from being inside of that community who don't get that opportunity because they are not ready to invest $10,000 or $30,000 or $50,000 to work with me. And so this is, for me, I want to share with you the people who make the community of sales school. So that you can see who they are, what they're up to, and what's possible for you. This is all about possibility. Okay. So I will actually see you guys tomorrow because I'm going to do another case study video tomorrow. All right. Brittany, thank you so much for sharing your story and for giggling and laughing. And I don't even know if we talked about the baby, but we got a little power player on the way. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to be an auntie.
The kind that won't let me send her to her.
That's the kind of auntie I'm going to be, but I will send stuff. I'll send stuff. I'm the gift-giving, check-writing kind of auntie.
Like, you cannot come over.
Oh my gosh, you're cracking me up.
I'm
She just put me on blast. Keep your kids with you. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Brittany, for being here. Talk to you later. Bye. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my show, my channel. Here's what I want you to do. If you really love what you've been listening to, I want you to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. No, really, leave a comment. Like right now. I'm not going to stop talking until you leave a comment. Seriously, leave a comment.